Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble and on Patreon for extra support, any kind of updates and such. Usually go about on Twitter X. And yesterday I did manage to publish Midnight Suns episode, and tomorrow I will publish the final episode of Midnight Suns with a wrap up on the final mission. It's a little bit extra long, mainly because the final mission itself is a little bit longer than the usual missions, and I didn't want to cut the episode into just by the sake of it, so it's going to be a little bit longer than usual. Other than that, as a reminder, I already have the completed gameplay series, being that the 4K ones are the most recent ones, and the 1080p are the ones before the interruption of the channel content uploads there. And I will eventually go about and replay some of these games in 4K, especially the Resident Evil series, Tomb Raider probably, and maybe Alien Isolation. I'm still not sure exactly how I'm going to go about it, given that after Midnight Suns, I will be publishing the Callisto Protocol. I did manage to claim that one for free on the Epic Game Store. But yeah, I will eventually will keep everybody up to pair regarding the gameplay series launch. But yeah, let's go to some news here. We got some interesting citations from AMD regarding the expectation from some people of that there was about to be launched a dual 3D cache on the 9950 and the 99 X3D variants of the Zen 5 lineup. Uh, but yeah, there was only the 3D cache was only available in one CCD, and basically the logic is basically it's not economically viable in the sense that it's feasible in the sense that it can be done, but it doesn't compensate in terms of kind of price to performance sense, because in terms of the uplift in terms of performance and how much it will cost to produce such a chip, it doesn't compensate, which is justifiable, even though there is a lot of appetite for extra juice and extra performance or any kind of uplifting performance from the CPU. There is supposedly no justification for them to launch such a product. I think will get around and being extra expensive, in a sense that probably you might get the five, again hypothetically, 90 from the 9950 X3D you will get, if they put the extra V cache on the other CCD, you might get 5% uplift in performance, let's say, but probably the price will jump for 30 or more percentage there, so it doesn't manage to get a very competitive, or even I think it will, if they launch something like that, it will be even more expensive or as expensive as a 4080 GPU, which is not good. At least that's the perception that I get from the the reasoning behind the fact that they are not going to launch something like this, at least on Zen 5. I think they'll leave it open for future generations. I don't know. Probably they will eventually manage to get around and do the packaging at less costs to justify and then introduce this on dual Vcache. I think they will eventually do 3D Vcache and all CCDs for enterprise customers, I assume, because in some instances there is some kind of justification of putting the 3D cache in some productivity applications. I think they might get taken advantage of this extra cache, but yeah, other than that, for DIY market, I don't foresee any kind of 3D cache for this generation in any kind of sense. That's for sure. In other segment, we got yesterday running around this screenshot of the 9070 non-XT on Call of Duty Black Ops 6 at averaging almost to basically 100 FPSs with 4K stream settings without any kind of upscaling or frame generation. Again, I'm not very well versed in Call of Duty games and how they perform. Usually, it's not a game that I play. Usually, no, I don't play this kind of games. Not for me. But yeah, I don't. I will not trust. And I saw some analysis here, and from people that went and retested the 7900 XTX and the 7900 XT using the same tool, the same benchmark tool with the same settings. And the conclusion that I reached from their own analysis, again, not the 7900 XT, I think average around uh, 60-ish FPS, and the XTX GPU around 80 something. Again, I don't remember quite well, but that's the sense that I got. Again, and I think this game in particular, for some settings to take effect, you need to restart the game. We don't have any feedback from when the screenshot and what conditions the screenshot was taken and how the test was made. But again, it seems that when you change some settings, specifically the graphical settings, you need to restart the game for those to take effect. Again, I'm not 100% sure on this, but we had a similar situation in some version of, for example, Cyberpunk, when people like enable ray tracing and the such, and changing some graphical options, you always needed to restart the game, or else um, the changes would not take effect, even though on the menu it said that those changes were taken in effect per se, but you needed to restart the game to notice the performance there. And I think we might be in a similar situation. So take it at least with a full bucket of salt regarding this, because again, even uh, Call of Duty games usually perform better on the AMD GPUs. Again, they don't perform that well given the target on terms of performance of the GPU, even especially on the non-XT variant, which supposedly it's a little bit of a downgrade on the XT variant. Yeah, I don't think this will perform that well. So again, by the end of the year, we'll have more information for sure, at least in terms first party information from AMD. Hopefully before the CS is end, we might get at least some kind of I don't know, at least some specifications. Even though we can confirm that at least the 9070 variants, XT and non-XT, will have 16 gigabytes of VRAM at least. So there's that. Because from AMD, I'm not getting a lot of stuff here. Again, as a confirmation per se, it says here it's rendering 100%, so no upscaling or sharpening and no frame generation, supposedly. Again, I will have to assume that they change the graphic settings, just put it, apply, run the benchmark, and the overall graphic settings that they changed didn't take effect there. It's my assumption there. I don't have any reasons to believe otherwise. So yeah, take it with a grain of salt. Don't believe all the information that comes out. And again, wait for third-party reviewers. Usually, Hardware Unbox and Gamers Nexus are pretty good on that. So yeah, we'll have to wait a little bit more to have a little bit more exact information, especially on the AMD stuff there. On the other side of things, AMD also seems to be the new customer for the TMC Arizona fab, which is seems good. I think, and they are going to put the order. Supposedly, again, this is reportedly the 9000 series, so the Granite Ridge CPUs. Yeah, they already are producing around 10,000 monthly wafers in terms of output. Even though they are not in full production, they are still there are some phases that need to be implemented there. to put more equipment and such to leverage the output on the fab there in Arizona. Again, we'll have to wait and see. It looks good. Again, if they can manage to on this factory to produce competitive products here, I think by increasing the output in terms of chips, it will, I will assume, eventually increase the inventory, especially in the United States. And I think it might, to a certain extent, maintain a good price from the chips that they are producing, hopefully. But yeah, it's good to see that. Again, reportedly, it's not 100% verified here. But yeah, I think they are, again, the 9800 X3D is in a huge demand. And I'm not sure if they Granite Ridge, I think it's the lineup of Zen 5 for desktops, if not mistaken. Again, I'm not that much in on the laptops and mobile stuff from AMD. Their chips, I don't think they are called Granite Ridge or any kind of that thing. I think it's Oak Point and all that jazz. But yeah, hopefully this will improve a little bit the overall inventory of the chips, so it can keep a lower price there. From CS also, we got VESA is going to introduce or to introduce the DisplayPort 80LL. Again, this is a mouthful here. UHBR 20 cables at CS. Again, the main gist is this DisplayPort cables 2.1 with the 80 gigabytes per second thing. They are usually at this moment limited to 1 meter length. Again, due to technical specificities. Now with this DPLL, so low loss thing, supposedly the cables can be reached to 3 meters, which is good for any kind of setup. Again, 1 meter on a desktop is not that much that you can juggle with. And I think 3 meters is a very more acceptable length for a cable when you want to connect GPU to a monitor. And yeah, I think this will be a good thing here. And again, when you buy cables at this level, please be sure that it is a certified cable so you don't incur any kind of artifacting and kind of backed connection or any kind of issues when connecting a GPU to a monitor there. Other than that, I don't think, again, we're going to see a lot of. There are some monitors that already can handle display 2.1 and all this thing with the UHBR 20. But yeah, we don't see the those capabilities being shown on gaming. Again, I don't think they are going to reach the limits of this kind of specifications. But yeah, at least they are going around and improving on this display port thing here. But yeah, that's good to see. And for games, we had also yesterday announced Monster Hunter Wilds. The second beta was announced. Um, Good to see. I did enjoy from what I played from the first beta. I did some videos there. I think the first video that I did was going around the character creator. The character created, if you play the first beta, you can just import the character that you made on the first beta for the second one. So you don't need to spend a lot of time just going about there. And the dates are very more close to the launch of the game than expected. Supposedly it will come from February 6th to February 9th, and then again on from February 13th to February 16th, so around 10 days before the launch of the main game. Again, you got the dates here. I will leave it for you to check out. But yeah, we'll have two waves of this, and I think this is also to test the crossplay of things, and this is both for consoles and Steam, both of these dates, if not mistaken. Um, the content from this second beta will encompass the first beta also, and there is added opportunity to hunt Jeep Ceros, whatever this monster is. Um, but yeah, again, can use the same character that you use on the first one. There are some special rewards, can be redeemable in the full game, some decorative charm for the weapon, sacred, and a pack of items that will make your journey a little easier on the new adventure. Again, I will assume this is main game stuff there. Again, the only thing that we might not see in this second beta is all the optimizations that they are working on. But then again, I think it serves a little bit more to for them to give something to the players, because they already had a beta once, so they can at least they updated a little bit the beta, but we'll not see all the graphical improvements and the such. I think they will get some um, gameplay elements improved on the second beta, but don't count on again, take it with a grain of salt. Will not be the final version or like a vertical slice of the final version of the game. Again, all the things that they talked about in the last live stream that they did, at least a couple of months ago, I covered that. They talked about a lot of improvements on the weapon stuff there, gameplay mechanics, some tweaks here and there, some balances and graphical improvements, or especially in terms of optimization. Again, this will not be reflected, all of them here on the second beta, so don't expect huge uplifts in terms of performance if you're playing on a PC there. But yeah, it's good to see that they did announce an open beta, two open betas basically, or two windows for this second open beta. And then lastly, don't forget, I will watch this live stream. Tomorrow is the opening day for the Elden Ring Night Rain, for you to try and register for the beta test or alpha test or the network tests. I don't know. 10 of so tomorrow I will cover that for sure. But yeah, there is also this Dawnwalker game. So it's the Blood of the Dawnwalker from the Rebel Wolves again. There has been more coverage of this studio, which is a lot of ex CD Projekt Red guys, higher ups from CD Projekt Red that went away throughout the years. You got the game director from The Witcher 3. There is a lot of guys that were in high positions of The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk, from quest designers, I think, even from environment stuff there. And again, they went away because I will assume all the DI stuff that CD Projekt Red is being involved from some years now. And they from this studio, um, Rebel Wolves, and they're going to do a live stream on the 15th, so not long from now, um, to see about what this game is all about. We only had like a couple of photographs here and there, and I've been following this game since the first image was launched, the first concept art. I talked about this game, and at the time I mentioned that I found it interesting mainly because of the fact that they were ex CDP, CD Project Red persons and developers working there. Interesting enough, this game is going to be published, I think, internationally through Bandai Namco. But yeah, I will keep my eyes open here. Again, just give a follow. It seems very interesting, very kind of Witcher setting, in the sense that the world is very dark fantasy like, which is always good to see. Again, I think usually when we got the developers that work, uh, especially that work on The Witcher 3 and the Cyberpunk, there is always a kind of dark element and gritty element on the games that they do, and I think they wanted to keep themselves in something more familiar to launch their first independent game. But yeah, hopefully we'll get an excellent information from this stream. And I almost forgot, this is going to be an event that is going to be co-streaming friendly. I think there is a pack that you can download for co-streaming the event if you want to. So it's good to see that they are looking forward to be friendly with the independent coverage of the games there. But yeah, got the dates here on their Twitter. I will leave their profile in the description below. Got some gaming deals. We still have again beginning of the year. This is always a slow on in terms of gaming deals. We got Plague Tale Innocence is 80% off, or also we got Plague Tale Requiem that you can buy for cheap if you buy on a bundle with the first game. So the first game by itself is cheap, but if you want a deal on the second one, you need to buy the bundle itself. So take that precaution there when you buy the game. Got also Pacific Drive still on sale for the deluxe version, 40% off. Again, this game seems pretty good. I want to check out this game one of these days when I have time, of course. On GOG, we got Alan Wake, 70% off. Again, this is not the remastered version, so this is the original port for PC, if not mistaken. Still a good game at this stage. I think the remaster, you can only get it on Epic Game Store, which is a shame. But yeah, this game is pretty good. I really did enjoy this game. I played like a couple of times through and through, and it's a very enjoyable game still. Then we got also Alien Isolation. This is the collection, the collection version, 75% off. And if you want just the base game, it's $10. Again, I think it compensates the extra content that you get from the DLCs. They introduce other modes that you can play on. Very, very interesting. Then we got also Children of Morta. This is the complete edition, 70% off. I think this seems to be a pretty good game. I will eventually go around and also play this game again. I'm if I have time. When I have time, I will eventually get to this game for sure. And then finally, we got the System Shock remake. Again, this is one of the best remakes out there. Uh, what we can call a remake, and there is a demo if you want to try it out. Probably I need to check this demo if I need to play this game to see how good it is. But yeah, it's 60% off. Um, yeah, 16. Okay, I thought it was almost over, but no. Yeah, for today this is it. I probably tomorrow I will try to tackle the Nvidia stuff there. Again, a lot of shenanigans happening on the marketing side of things. I think a lot of people are getting fooled or want to believe the hype of the marketing there. Again, I always tell people um, be cautious with first party information. It always takes a bright side of the of the cherry picked information they want to pass to the consumer. And I think a lot of people are going through thinking that they're going to buy a 5070, thinking they have the same kind of performance than a 4090 as a baseline. But yeah, a lot of stuff there. I will try to see if I can find a good article to go through that. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up here with the plug on my Patreon for extra support. The extra support at this moment in time is for me to trying to get around it, see if I can get a better storage solution so I can have backups of the stuff that I do for my clients. And of course, some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. But yeah, I hope you have a full day, and I will see you in the next one. So till then, Kunamy Master out.